Coming up on World's Greenest Homes. In Minnesota, when energy costs go through the roof, it's time to take action.
We're saving about $800 a year, 25 to 30% of our electrical needs.
While in California, green home innovations that could drive a builder crazy.
A lot of the decisions are driven by where you put the cars.
No, really?
It seemed like a great opportunity.
And in Chicago, an award-winning green home, make that red, built before green was, well, cool.
That's actually where the garage door rolls up into. It's a space-saving trick.
No kidding.
Join us as we visit the world's greenest and most extraordinary homes on the planet.
Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, thanks to its abundant waterways, was once the flour mill capital of the world, and now is a cosmopolitan area known for business and a thriving live theater scene.
After building homes on my own, it's easy to appreciate all the work that goes into converting a mid-century bungalow like this one. This is a comfortable home. The first floor opens up to the living room, dining room, and kitchen. The upstairs bedrooms are all very bright, and the bathroom countertops are made from ecologically friendly materials. And the green roof is great, as long as you don't have to mow it, with 2 different kinds of solar panels.
It's in this quiet neighborhood that we discovered how it only took 7 months to transform a Cape Cod bungalow from the 40s into a modern architectural gem.
It helps being able to build quickly when the homeowners like Kevin and Roxanne Nelson are the architects and are motivated with 3 kids.
Green sustainable design, it's where our passion lies, and we feel that we need to make a difference.
We thought it's about time that we really do what we can with the way that we live. Welcome to our house.
Thank you. I didn't even need to find this number. All I had to do was spot the house with all the color and I knew it was here.
It's pretty obvious, isn't it?
We're standing in part of the original house, and the new part of the house is back through there.
Okay, so that's like the new exciting part of the house.
It's all exciting, but that's super exciting.
Here is our kitchen. This is where it all happens.
The eco-modern kitchen, outfitted with Energy Star rated appliances, is the hub of the house.
This is where we spend most of our time.
The green countertop. This is a very trendy color right now.
I think it was the name of the color, Apple Martini Green, so we had to go with that. And it might not be the in color 5 years from now, 6 years from now, but it might 20 years from now again, just like bell-bottom jeans come back.
Not all the colors are quite this posh, but they are all made out of quartz, nature's hardest material.
The lack of upper cabinets in this area, I'm curious how to vent your stove.
We wanted a nice clean look and not obstruct the view with a ventilation hood, which would have to be down quite low in order to be effective. So we went with a downdraft that's just in the back of the stove, very clean looking, and it puts the ventilation right where it needs to be down at the stove top.
The sink seems to be an interesting material. It's almost like a plastic.
It's a resin, and we found that it does save us water. And then an added bonus, we found that it's perfect size for a bath for my 2-year-old son. I mean, I've been trying to get the other kids to take baths there too to save water, but they're not buying it.
I did one. The neighbors didn't like it.
The kitchen's red oak floors are certified by the Forest Stewardship Council. That's great because it means the forestry involved is environmentally responsible.
So why not carry the hardwood in? Why the concrete floor?
Well, we really like the look of natural concrete. It's a polished surface, and it looks really great. There's insulation underneath the slab, and so all year round, it's about the same temperature.
The tall windows have low E coating. That means the sun's heat stays in during the cold Minnesota winters.
You've gone from a bungalow to a 2-story house. Converting from old to new is so challenging. Why not just knock it down and start fresh?
Believe me,
You thought about
we
it?
thought about that just about every day. Why don't we just tear it down and start over? Because it would have been easier. But one of the philosophies is we're going to reuse as much as we possibly can. And reusing the existing foundation and the existing walls on the first floor really helped our budget.
Original staircase.
Yes.
It is, the original staircase, original handrail.
This handrail's like 70 years old?
It is.
They kept these beautiful old wooden floors and reused them on the 2nd floor.
And here's our master bedroom.
We didn't have quite enough of the existing hardwood out there to bring into here and throughout, so we used a 4x8 sheet of birch plywood, cut it in half, nailed it down, and finished it.
So a finished edge of birch, that's obviously an inexpensive way to finish off your floor.
It's crystal clear. Well, sort of, why they chose this recycled glass wall in the bedroom and bath.
We played with the idea of having it totally open, but felt like we might be a little bit exposed, so we decided to make it opaque.
Why? So they don't see you do this?
It's not the huge, typical master bathroom suite. I think the size of it is probably the greenest thing.
We've got, low flow water faucets, a dual flush toilet, low flow shower heads. And this material on the countertops is a compressed recycled paper.
What about bathtub?
We've actually put the bathtub in the kids' bathroom. Even though it's a large soaking tub and we like to use it once in a while, we felt it would get better use over there.
Good thinking, I guess.
How fun was it to design this house? I mean, look at the splash of colors, the design, these overhangs. Like, this place is kind of crazy in a good way.
It is, but all the color that we use, it all is just paint. It can be changed and we can tone it down, so it's all pretty flexible.
Is it at the zone where you want to be then right now?
I'd say there's maybe one color too many.
Oh, I think it's great.
Is there a function to the overhang over the windows?
Absolutely. The overhangs help screen out unwanted solar gain during the summer. And in the winter, the sun angle is low enough so that it comes in underneath those and helps warm the house.
Is there an eco-friendly element to your decking material?
Yep, absolutely. And it's made of mostly recycled milk jugs. So not only is it reusing a recycled material, but it's smooth to the touch. You're not going to get splinters, and we don't have to refinish it. It's going to look like this for years to come.
Normally, a bigger home means higher costs, but not here.
This is our lovely electricity meter from the utility company. We have solar panels on the rooftop, and this allows us to sell energy back to the grid. We're saving about $800 a year on our electrical energy bills just by having the solar panels.
Why the need for two types of panels here?
We've got one for making electricity, solar PV, photovoltaics, and then we have two solar thermal or domestic hot water panels. These produce about 25 to 30% of our electrical needs for the house.
Very nice. But what's the deal with the rest of the roof?
It's not so green though right now, Kevin.
It's still wearing its winter coat.
In terms of building this, you're carrying now a heavier load, a dead load as they call it. How much more structure did you have to beef up for this roof, and how much does this stuff weigh?
Fully saturated with water weighs another 30 pounds per square foot. So we had to design the roof trusses to accommodate that load. And the city code official, during permit review, wondered what we were going to do on our rooftop that we needed that much structure for.
They thought we were going to have parties up here.
Why not?
We see a lot of people drive by very slowly on the street taking photos of the house.
Sometimes they come up to the door and knock and say, I like your house. You have a cool house.
It's always inspiring to meet a family that leads by example while keeping things simple, affordable, and responsible without sacrificing the fun.
We're traveling next to the sunny West Coast. It's here where, if you don't like one look, turn your head in a flash and you'll go from vintage architecture to contemporary. Well, let's just call it non-vintage.
Welcome to Culver City, California. This city within a city is a thriving mecca of art and culture and is minutes away from Hollywood.
While this neighborhood may not have the glamour of Tinseltown, this quiet block showcases a surprising 1,500 square foot, 2-bedroom and 2-bath home. The surprise lies down low, while the house stands tall with a great view from this imposing wall of windows. The peace-loving multifunctional wall shelters the master bedroom, den, and baths.
When I came upon this lot with an old 1922 bungalow in the front and a huge yard, it seemed like a great opportunity to buy the property and build all the green features into a new home.
Sounds great for real estate developer Greg Wrights and his wife Tracy. But there was a bit of a problem.
In Southern California, a lot of the decisions are driven by where you put the cars. It's really a car culture here, and And we try to minimize the use of our cars, but we need 2 car parking for the front house and 2 for the new house.
The parking dictating the design of the building to an extent actually opened up a lot of opportunities for interesting design decisions.
Interesting design decisions is another way of saying they raised the house to make room for the cars. Nice. Okay, enough about the car lot.
One of my favorite little things about the house is the door. The door uses rice straw, which is an agricultural waste product. They used to burn it. Now they mix it up with a little adhesive, and it creates a really solid, soundproof door. For the entryway, we selected channel glass, which is kind of a translucent glass.
Cool, because it can let the light in and maintain privacy.
As a design element at night, this illuminated glass atrium really makes the house look like it's floating.
And during the day, the massive 40-foot-long windows work to keep energy costs down.
It really has to be high-performance glass. It has to have a low E coating to reflect the heat of the sun. It has to insulate well. So we have krypton gas between 2 panes of glass.
Superman would be proud. Krypton gas is odorless, colorless, and helps prevent heat from leaking out.
This wall of glass really makes a 1,500 square foot house seem a lot larger than it is.
And then there's the floor. Greg chose a polished concrete one. Why?
First of all, it's really durable. It's also thermal mass, so it's thick and it moderates temperature changes in the house. And then it also has our radiant tubing in it. So we have hot water running through the floors, and that's how we heat the home. This rug here is made out of the ends of the rolls when they're making big broadloom carpets. They end up with a little bit that they can't use. So it's really a recycled material.
While Greg was in charge of the floors, Tracy concentrated on the furnishings.
We decided to go with kind of 3 main themes. One was to pick used items, so to keep them from going into the landfill. The second was to pick things that are marketed as green. And the third was to pick classic pieces that would never go out of style.
One of the most important things about this whole house was to keep it within an average budget. The kitchen really exemplifies that. We used the cabinet product because it was affordable, but it was also as green as we could get, has a really low level of formaldehyde, so we're not getting those toxins in the environment.
With all their attention to detail, it should come as no surprise that all the appliances are energy rated and the countertops made from recycled marble. And the table, it has its own story.
It is plantation grown, so you're not cutting down rainforests in order to get this slab of wood for the table.
We live in this very modern square building, so it's nice to have a very organically shaped table to really make it a comfortable place.
This is the hallway separating the living space from the sleeping space and our den.
This wall here is a lot lower so that the air can flow up and over. The doors are taller so that the air can continue to flow through these doors and out through the windows in the back. So we get a nice cross ventilation for cooling.
This is our den.
This is a perfect room for our relaxing. It's a great place to sit and read.
Sometimes it is nice to retreat into a bit smaller space that's a little bit cozier.
There's a couple things that make these windows unique. They're aluminum clad wood windows, so they're very durable. They tilt in for a little bit of air, or you can open them completely.
The bedroom is pretty sparsely furnished, which does help keep it cleaner and non-toxic.
They also figured, if you've got a good idea, stick with it.
We used the same countertop material that we used in the kitchen, and for the shower tiles, we used a recycled glass instead of marble.
We have a really cool technology. When you walk into this room, a motion sensor kicks off a recirculating pump. It actually starts circulating the hot water to the shower or to the faucets, so that as soon as you turn it on, you have hot water and you don't waste that water. We set out to create as environmentally friendly and healthy a home as possible.
And they did a really great job, while the process proved you can stand out while still fitting in.
Chicago, the Windy City, birthplace of deep dish pizza, home to 5 world-class sports teams, and an architectural paradise.
Just a quick L train ride from downtown, we found this amazing award-winning home. It's 3,000 square feet, and its style definitely stands tall. This place feels huge. Built in 2000, this 3-bedroom, 3-bath seems to go on forever. The main level has a very bright kitchen, living room, and terrace. And upstairs, there's a simple master bedroom and a very eco-friendly bathroom.
Strolling down this typical Chicago neighborhood, you'll discover an eye-catching piece of modern architecture that's beautiful and brainy.
The home was designed by Zoka Zola. Something tells me she's from out of town, but she lives here with her partner Peter and their son Yara.
During the design process, I felt great about it because we shared a lot and thought through a lot of things together.
I think the being from Croatia affected the way that I designed this house. Now, I'm from Mediterranean, and the sunlight is a must.
You're telling me you really live here?
Yeah, this is the house.
This is like a hip urban office.
Yeah, it is. Come on downstairs. This is Zoka's office, my wife's office.
Okay. Look at the height you guys have here.
Yeah, there's 2 big windows, and there's so much light coming in here that it doesn't feel like a basement, even though it's technically a basement.
You have multiple landings all over this place. Tell me about the ingenuity that went in behind that.
Well, it's a lot to do with the way the spaces are stacked on top of each other. So this isn't really considered a floor. It's more of a landing or a storage space even. We use it as a library. One of the tricks here is you can see that shelf there, which we use to store books on and read there. That's actually where the garage door rolls up into. Oh, so it's a space-saving trick.
No kidding. I mean,
yeah.
How clever was that to get the roll-up essentially up in that height there?
Yeah, it works really well. It's great.
Well, the stairs never end. I'm almost out of breath here, Peter. This is quite the workout. No wonder you're in such good shape. How do you use this space?
This is our main living room, and we kind of relax here, and if it's warm enough, we go outside, but if not, we can stay in here and open the door and get some air in too.
In terms of the airflow, you've got great ventilation.
Yeah, you get great cross ventilation because there's a door on the opposite side of the balcony. So you open both doors up and you get a great flow of cool air all the way through.
What about heating them when it's not cool?
A radiant floor heating everywhere.
Oh, even under the hardwood?
Under the hardwood.
Sometimes the hardwood seems to buckle with radiant too.
No, what we did, we carefully dried the hardwood before we put it down. Also, we have humidifiers here as well, so we can run the right humidity of air through the whole system.
And just a couple steps away, and you're outside. This large terrace is a great way to enjoy the outdoors while right at home. Peter, what kind of thought went into the design for this space?
We're trying to get the benefits of being outside without actually standing on the street. You know, so you can actually eat out here and play out here and relax out here on the little couch.
Kitchens are often the place where everyone gravitates to, and it's the center of the house, the hub. Is that the way it is for your family?
Yeah, same here. We use it for everything from cooking to eating. Yara does his homework here. He's got his computer games over there, and that's the kind of center of action, really.
I mean, you tied everything into the floor. It's all the same theme. Why that decision?
It's all white oak, and what we were trying to do was to make the place look seamless. Not different cabinets, not different refrigerator. So, the refrigerator's got a wood front, and so does the dishwasher.
Tell me about the countertop. Why choose the stainless?
Well, the stainless is very sustainable because it's so robust. It's going to last forever. We used off-the-shelf actual sink parts, and we had a local guy manufacture the actual countertop, and he joined them together.
And in terms of cooking, the natural light you have, it must be just a great place to chef it up.
Well, what's great is that in the wintertime, even when it's cold, we've got a herb garden running along the windowsill there. Zoka designed the table too, and it's coated with the same finish as the floors, the low VOC finishes. Also, there's no real structure to the table. You can see underneath that there's no actual frame holding it together. All the structure's inside.
Do you have any problems with that then? Any wobbling? Or
no, it works really well.
So that is a Zoka Zola original.
It is an original table, one of a kind.
Staircase to the 3rd floor.
Yep.
No railing. Any safety issues with that? Or?
No, that's to keep it open. We've got 2 railings on this side, one kid's height, one adult height. Works well.
Upstairs.
Yep, let's go to the top floor. So we're facing south here, And you can see the light coming in, and you can feel the breeze coming up the stairway as well.
This home is filled with windows and doors that enhance cross ventilation and natural light.
And this is the master bedroom here.
This master bedroom is simplicity at its best.
Yeah, there's not much here. A bed and some lights. Organic cotton sheets, organic cotton bedding.
Sure, you think it's all white, but it's really green, with passive solar technology and windows filled with argon gas for insulation.
In the summertime, the trees here with the leaves shading us, and in the wintertime, no leaves, so it's nice and bright and sunny.
You gotta love this easy bath. Filters take out chlorine, and the porcelain surfaces have an enamel glaze. That means you don't need chemical cleaners.
It's a much more modern house with big panes of glass to get a lot of light in. And it opens the house up to the outside, so it kind of helps us connect with the neighborhood as well.
With a feeling of open space. That was the driving force of the house. The pleasure, the function, the way that we want to live.
Zoka and Peter built this home before green was trendy, yet the design was both smart and sustainable. You're right out into the world here if you're having a bath here.
You know, all the south-facing windows have curtains to control the light coming in, and some privacy.
So you guys are open people, but not that
Not
open.
quite that open, yeah.
This bathroom is fairly open concept. There's no shower curtain, no privacy in here.
It works fairly well. There is some spray that goes on the floor.
Like Declan's not taking that shower head and cranking it out to the window.
Don't give him any ideas.
Right.